Welcome everyone to Chess with TV episode 299. Today is October 11th, 2016. We're going to give some pawn odds today, which is where I start the game with one fewer pawns on the chessboard. Simply remove one of the pawns. It gives the viewership, or in this case the opponent, a little bit extra chance to beat me. And that's really important because you know I constantly win all my games. It's pretty boring to watch me win all the time. So if I do this, hopefully it'll be more interesting because the games will be closer. I'm only joking. Let's go take a look. So here's one of my favorite websites. Pawn odds shouldn't be showing up, so let's hide that. There we go. Leadchess.org. We're going to go to board editor and remove the F pawn. It's the best pawn to remove. When you give pawn odds, I will take white. So let's continue from here. Play with a friend. Hopefully they'll be my friend. Vary it from position. This is reasonable, and I will take the white pieces. So I'm going to paste this link into the chat, and if you want to play, you can simply, let's change my view to this view. If you want to play against me and receive an extra pawn, simply click that link in the chat, and we will be off and running. Challenge accepted against an anonymous opponent. I should start with the birds opening. F4, that's the one I can't do. Let's play E4 equals right parentheses. So my dad plays as anonymous regularly. So he's the one person I'm like, oh, it's probably my dad. He trolls my show sometimes. But he does not use the equal paren face ever. He would do it like this. So I know that it's not him. So that's quite relieving. That would have been pretty rough. So this is nice having this open file. So I'm going to actually kind of put some pressure on the F7 square, since that's something I can do with the open file. The pawn is not there. Open files, by the way, a file is a column. Oh, that looks like a free piece. Perfect. Okay, so let's do something fantastic that causes him to regret this little trick. So the most obvious move would be to take. That would bring us back to even, which is where I'm still down a pawn. I can check and then leave the bishop there. So he ends up taking me out there. I seem to be in a fork. That's not what I want, but it's what I have. This is a bit unorthodox. I am going to check and then play back here. It allows me to pick up the pawn this way. Maybe not the best to take it right now. I played a game yesterday where, oh, this is so stupid. I guess I'll play out like this. I wish my bishop were already on f4 because then I could pressure c7. No, my knight is getting stuck. This is the stupidest of stupids. This isn't just like minorly stupid. So I need to move fast because I'm almost out of time. I need to find a way to take advantage of the fact that all he's done is move pawns for about half an hour. So now I have two attackers here. I'm going to try to aggress, which is like attacking. And all I'm doing is getting forked again. I am amused. I'll get my rooks ready to go. And now I have 3 pieces left on the board. But he hasn't moved his 3 over here. So as long as he never moves them, I'm actually winning. We just have to keep it that way. Look at that. He's giving up his queen. That's totally logical. Totally. That totally makes sense. I'm so glad he's doing that since it makes so much sense. I'll check in to pick up this pawn. He wants to block with his rook, I think. I'm definitely back in the game now that I have a queen. But it is a queen against a rook, knight, and bishop, so I'm not technically winning. But when he blundered his queen like that, it gave me the confidence I needed. I'm being asked, being asked in the chat what my dad's, I wish I could checkmate, but I think he's going to take me here. Now, I think maybe I'll check and pick this one up. Yeah, I'll just take this. This is, this pawn's super nice, super handy. It's super. Just continue to harass him here. Can't quite pick up any free pieces. I feel like I missed a free piece there. Everything is guarded so well. Yeah, this is great for him. He's got a passed pawn. He's got a rook, knight, and bishop. All he has to do is play really well, and he'll win. I can't even dislodge any of his cool things. The knight guarded by the pawn, guarded by the rook, guarded by the knight. What an annoying formation for me. Hopefully I can stir up some trouble. I think this is somewhat troublesome. I really want to take this pawn because it will leave the knight a bit unstable. I'm hoping he plays here. He does not. What in the world? He's thinking he will fork me. I'm thinking he will not. So there was a little trick there. If he played his knight here, he'd be attacking my queen and king at the same time. Ooh. But I was able to look one move ahead and see that trap. Now with a pin here, I'm actually giving him quite a bit of a problem. This feels great. Winning feels so good. And losing feels so bad. It's really great to start with a win though, because in this show, a lot of what makes this show good is my own confidence and personality. And I just lose that when I lose chess. You know what I mean? Of course you do. You've seen it. You've seen it. Watch out. Watch out. There's a lot of enemy pieces and pawns on the board here. So this is probably still a loss for me, unfortunately. Let's pin the knight again. Because he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points worth of material, and plus pawns become majorly important in the ending like this. These 4 pawns are killer right now. How am I going to stop them from promoting? I won't. I'm just going to lose. However, he's blundered a few times before. Perhaps he'll blunder again. Hope he does. I might find a checkmate where my king is up here and then my queen comes down and is like smashing his king. If his king went over here, that would work, right? King, queen, king. See, it's possible. It is possible. So let's not worry yet. I have this strategy in life, which is never worry. It works pretty well. When bad things don't happen, it saves me so much trouble. Not worrying. Do I need to sit over here to get centered? Let's get centered. And when bad things do happen, well, I guess that's bad. See, if I could play here, that'd be checkmate, except for all the things that would take me. Cool story. Check. See how he's got this massively annoying shape again? He's adding me time. Everything's guarding everything. The bishop is guarding back too, but that'll erase the arrow. I have a problem. So I can do this, but he'll just invent a better technique. He added me time, if you saw that. He added me time. I do recommend the style of the thing where you never worry about anything. I do recommend that. Not everyone would. But I do. I'm going to lose this game. These pawns are super deadly. You would think a piece would be better than pawns. And then during the game it is actually. Like a bishop or a knight against 3 pawns can be really powerful in the middle game when there's a lot of pieces on the board because it's hard to do things with 3 pawns. However, in the end game, the 3 pawns are very powerful because especially if they're passed like this and some of them can guard other ones like that, they actually are worth way more than a piece. So you know a piece is supposed to be worth 3 pawns. It really depends on the position. And in a position like this, the pawns are extremely useful. And I should just resign this. But I'll move around a few more times because I don't really care about... what do I not care about this time? This is such a good spot for the knight. See, I almost had that checkmate again, but the knight's guarding it. He can promote. I was about to resign. He can promote his pawn, but now he can't. Let's make him work for it. Queen here after king. He's just going to bring him more obnoxious. There's a great song called Loud Electronic Obnoxious. That's exactly what it's made of. Okay, I have to give up. I don't want any more pain. Stop, stop, stop. GG. Something about the blunders. I'm actually curious as what happened in this game. Yeah, getting my knight trap. What I should have done here, perhaps, is just taken this pawn. Then I easily get the pawn back, and then I can play knight c3 afterward and attack his queen. Much simpler. Don't have to be stupid. So Shawnee Sean wants to play a game. Let's play some pawn odds against Shawnee Sean. Hi, and good luck. Shawnee Sean, after that loss, I am going to turn it around. E4 even, knight f3. Knight c6, bishop c4. Knight f6, knight g5. Ooh. Checkmate. This game is going to change with the pawn missing. I should just warn you. Everything's different. And check. And take that. And the next move is bishop e2 is standard move, but I'm inventing something cooler here. I'm inventing something super cool. Queen f3, pinning the pawn to the rook. This is going to work great. This is just fantastic. So I'm being asked if I'm going to do anything special for episode 300. I find that to be a highly silly question. Maybe b4. Nope. Maybe b4 now would be fun. The answer is, of course, I'm going to do something special for episode 300. It's actually next episode. It's episode 300, and I'm super stoked. I always do something special for the 100 episodes. I even played the card game Dominion once, which I'm pretty good at that game, by the way. Like tournament quality. I played in a league. So I'm not going to say like that I played in the bottom round of the league and I got pushed down to the lower rung, but there wasn't a lower rung to get pushed down to. I'm not going to mention that part. I'm just going to say I played in a league. It makes me sound pretty skilled, pretty elite. I do want to say hi to Anufuller. And I think I'm glad I mispronounced your name because the PH makes me think you're named after some kind of medical condition. And I don't want to say that on stream. It's just castle. So this open file is really helping me out here. It's really nice. I like it. Yeah. I would like to attack the knight, but the bishop's guarding that square. Check, no problem. I'm not going to play that, unfortunately, because I would lose the b2 pawn. So this makes me wish I had my knight c3 played already. No! How am I blundering this stuff? No! I need to come up with a genius move, except that there's no more genius that can overcome a missing bishop. Should have played knight c3 a few moves ago, like right here. Instead of castling, I should play knight c3 right here. Protects the bishop and allows me to play that move against the queen d4 check. Well, I'm going to play it anyway. G. Bricame is waiting for my fingerprint. You're going to have to keep waiting. So, now I'm down a piece and a pawn. But I can sacrifice my bishop here. Ooh. That's pretty cool. It's not a sacrifice, actually. I take this first. And then I take this. And he can't recapture me without losing a pawn, which is so much less than a bishop. So maybe it doesn't matter. Should I take that? Yes, because I just sacked my bishop. Okay, so now I'm going to checkmate with 2 rooks and a knight. Watch it happen. We'll play this way. Okay. I've got this move, pretty nice looking move. I've got b4, trapping the knight. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Maybe I should just trap that knight right now. What am I waiting for? Let's trap the knight. Worry about the rest of that stuff later. I love trapping knights. Okay, now I'll take the knight. Whoa! How are we doing here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pawns against 5 pawns. Sure, I'll trade you. Seems like advantage for me. That's what they say in France. You have problem. Oh, I love king and pawn endings when I win. I don't like them so much when I don't win. I have 2 seconds now for all my moves. It seems a little tight. Seems a little tight, but he resigns because I'm going to pick up this pawn, promote my pawn into a queen. What am I going to do with that queen? I'm going to capture one of its pawns so that I can promote another pawn into a queen. What am I going to do with 2 queens? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sit back. Most people don't get 2 queens. So unfortunately, I can't play with you again, Shawnee Sean. Good game. The reason he lost that game, obviously, was because I was about to checkmate him. But I was able to point all of these pieces in this direction. And in fact, if you look at how many pieces are pointing over here, I've got the bishop that's going here, I've got the knight going here, the queen and rook going here. That's 4, and the rook can come in. Meanwhile, he's got 1, 2, 3, maybe. The rook could maybe help. So he's actually, he has less defense than I have offense, and that's how that was able to open up and be to my advantage. Of course, trapping the knight was the material reason that I won, but it would be great if he could get this knight and this bishop in the game. If he could just make this trade, that'd be one of my active pieces for one of his pieces doing doofishly nothing. And this knight, nothing. So even though he was ahead of piece, when I stirred up trouble, he didn't have the pieces where they needed to be. So if he had gotten those moves played, he would have had me for sure. And Lisco is our next opponent, and he has properly removed the f4 pawn. High end. And good luck. Knight of 3. Maybe we'll play the same opening again. It could be. I don't give digital autographs. I've been asked for an autograph. Hey, look, it's the same opening again. I think I'm going to play that same queen of 3. It would have been great if I had the knight c3 there, right? Because after queen d4, I'm ready for it. Okay, so in this position, I think that pawn is quite available. It looks quite for free right now. What should I take it with? I don't think queen e7 is even a thing. I mean, bishop c5 is a thing, d5 is a thing, but queen e7, I don't know if that's even in the book. It's like gopher, if you know what I mean. You don't know what I mean, but that's fine. It's actually better if you don't. So I'm 1-1 right now. 1 win, 1 loss. Let's make it better. Let's make it 2-1. And Lisco can make this happen. He actually is about 1300, so I've got a chance. Let's protect this pawn from that. Do I have a problem with d5 and lose a piece here? No, I'm fine. Black will play d5. Kibitz's hang, but he doesn't, so he's wrong. It's okay to be wrong. That's fine. Let's do a discovery on this rook. I think he's gonna not really like that. Playing rook g8, that's a big setback, guys, because castling is nice and not castling is not nice. So by playing rook g8, he can no longer castle in this direction. That alone is a big problem. Now I'll save the knight, and I end up rook for a bishop. It's called the exchange. I'm ahead the exchange. Of course, I lost a pawn, but I picked it up again. Should I trade? Why not? Imagine a sports game with huge teams on each side. You could think of football, which is soccer, or you could think of basketball or some other sport where, you know, you've got 5 or 10 players on the field at a time. And if one team has one fewer players, that's a pretty big setback, but not major. The other team, if they're more skilled, can certainly win. But if you trade pieces, trade players, and then it's like 4 against 3 or 3 against 2 or 2 against 1, it becomes a huge deal when it's 2 against 1 to have fewer players on the field, because the 2 can run around the 1, unless it's ice hockey, in which case you have to skate around the 1. But other than that, you get the idea. And that's the same thing in chess. When I'm ahead a piece, but there's tons of pieces on the board, I haven't won yet. I mean, eventually I will. But I have to trade pieces in order to make that happen. I have to pare that down so that my advantage becomes more evident and larger. And so that's exactly what I'm doing. I see he's put his king on this side of the board, which is a super dangerous place to put it. But I can see why he would want that. Because my king's over here. He wants to stir up trouble, so he can now attack me fiercely. I actually think this is quite a bit better for me. because he hasn't quite brought his pieces out. This bishop is trapped. He's missing the rook here. So his attack's going to be a bit slow. It's a good idea. I like the way he's playing because it gives him some chances. Unfortunately, not enough chances. Uh, the increment is only 1 second. I don't really like that. The skewer actually might be useful. He doesn't have a lot of defenders of the bishop with the rook missing. Is there a problem with the stream? Drop frame 0. Oh, and the camera's gone. Ta-da! Justice is back. I did that so that you would love me more. It's actually like, you know the saying, absence makes the heart grow fonder, which doesn't make any sense now because people don't say absence to mean I've gone somewhere. They just say BRB. So to update that saying for the modern age, it would be BRB makes the heart grow fonder. Of course, fonder isn't used either. It would just be, less than 3. Oh, the clock! Oh, he ran out of time. I was looking at his time thinking it was my time because my brain cells aren't all there. So I'm like, oh no, 2 seconds, 1 second, what do I do? So I pre-moved. I thought it was my turn. So I just played rook a6, but then the rook didn't go. I'm like, I'll just stare at the board for a few moments because that's my style. And then nothing happened. GG. I actually should win this though. So you shouldn't feel too bad because I'm totally owning you in this chess position. But good game. So now I am against head 2 against 1. Shawnee Sean is challenging me again, but I do want to give others a chance to play. So I'm going to jump over to this view, turn on my camera, and whoa, you can actually do a shortcut here this way. Click on From Position and offer a game to the crowd. Continue from here with a friend. So this is a chance for someone who's watching right now to play me and receive a free pawn. So if you're feeling like I never play the whiz because I would certainly lose, here's a way you can play where you will most probably certainly lose. So I'm going to ask that someone who's played before do not click this link. I do want to get a new opponent, but if it sits out there for a minute or two, feel free to click it afterward. Let's see if this guy sends me equals right paren, then we're going to know it's the same anonymous player. Let's go back to my cool view. Oh, you can't see the spectators. Shawnee Sean is watching the game, and it's chopped off. Oh, Sicilian defense. This is probably a new anonymous. He says good luck. Yeah, that's different. So let's send him some bait here. I'll send him. Now this might look like I'm not sure if it's equals, but it actually means. See, I don't like this open Sicilian line because I don't have an F pawn, so that's just an isolated pawn afterward. So let's play a closed Sicilian. This is actually a guy going. Yeah, this is a strange opening though. Certainly strange. This square is a bit weaker. He can never attack it with a pawn unless I take the knight. Then he can again. Let's just play chess. This is considered to be blitz time control, I believe, not bullet. This was a question from the chat. Because of the 4-second increment. Let's find out. Let's go here, new tab. I have a new message from Twitch. Thank you for following. Yes. You can see that it says rating blitz until I get to 1, 2. So 1, 3, and 1, 4 are considered blitz. It's my turn here. He says, I wish you good luck. Very suspicious. So I don't want to take that knight. So I'm going to play this way. I guess I'll play h3. I'm not a big fan of that move. Look at the pressure I've got here, though. The rook, the bishop. It's got something to worry about. Yeah, boring. Boring. I'm so bored. think I need to tell you a joke. Have you heard the joke about the UFO? Oh, never mind. It's way over your head. So I could play knight g5 here, actually cause some trouble for him. Okay, maybe it wouldn't cause any trouble. Let's just keep moving things. Fine. Get out of here. Do you watch sports? Asks a guy with a 5 as the first letter in his name, and I can't pronounce that. This might be a problem for his knight, actually. Is it kind of squeezed? I'm still liking this. Oh, I'm not liking this anymore. Oh, that really fell apart. Keeping this knight here is going to be a key part of this position, but I need some extra keys to win this. That one key is not enough keys. This is cool, though. Oh, he added me time. What a generous opponent. That makes it seem very much like the last anonymous guy who added me time. I'm going to fork him just for fun. Do I watch sports? I do watch sports when I have time, but not the typical sports. You know, I'm really into ping pong these days. And by these days, I mean like the last 2 or 3 years. I've been going to a club, going to tournaments, serious stuff. And so I watch the table tennis sometimes. It's not what you'd expect. But as far as I can tell, it's legal, so that's good. I try to keep my activities legal. I don't like being trapped. Does that help? It helps for one move. For one move, I'm like, I'm not trapped until it's my turn again, and then I'll be trapped. I can totally escape this way. Tricky chess. I would love to, take advantage of this somehow. But I think I'll save the knight first, considering this would just blunder the knight to the bishop. And I'm not a big fan of blundering. I'm just a small fan of blundering. Oh, this knight is hanging. Oops, 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 oops. That's bad. So am I down 2 pieces? 2 pieces for a rook. How bad could it be? Worse. It could be worse. Could be worse. Thank you. So just like last game, I need to find a way to create an attack here with my remaining pieces. I'm actually glad he took that pawn. Gives me some extra time to conjure and attack. Because his queen and knight are way out of position, so this gives me a chance to stir up trouble. Let's take this, though, because this is like discovered double checkmate, which is pretty delicious. He moves out of the way of that. This is now threatening checkmate this way. Still threatening checkmate this way. Or pick up the queen anyway. He has to defend this way, and then I can take the queen for free, which is just as good. Here I'm tempted to sacrifice. Oh, I'm out of time. I guess I won't trade my rook for that bishop. Hey, there's a free knight over there. Should probably take it. Guess I will. Now I'm ahead the exchange for this pawn. Now I'm ahead the exchange. Okay, ahead the exchange is fantastic. This is good. Uh-oh. Now I'm not ahead of the exchange. It was the only way to survive. Don't blame me. Don't blame me. It was my best move. When your best move is really bad, you really are in a hole. In a hole. So I'm being told in the chat that I could not escape checkmate in the previous game. Okay. This is kind of silly. I feel like I really want to get the rooks off the board because then with the queens I can win. But if the queens come off the board, I might not be able to win with the rooks. Oh, he's out of time. I should probably be polite and no, my rook. I'm so many blunders. This episode is almost like last episode. It's really, really similar actually. Can't block this way. That's the way I want to block. Wow. Now I have to run him out of time, even though he added me time. It's very rude, but it's my only option. Oh, he's so fast. Anonymous, you beat me. Oh, nice. Nice fork. That's not how you spell fork. Let's try again. That's close enough. So I have time for 0 more games, unfortunately. Oh no, the episode is over. Well, in the end, we won 2 games and we lost 2 games. So that wasn't too bad. But next episode, we are hitting the microphone. Hold on. That's not what I meant to hit. I was going to hit something totally different. I was going to hit episode 300 next episode. So we're not actually going to play chess. We're going to celebrate with a totally non-chess game. It's going to be great and lots of fun. So I hope you can join us. That'll be Saturday at 3 p.m. GMT. This has been ChessWhiz TV. Thanks for watching. I'm still on the screen. What a doofus. Let's try again. Hiding ChessWhiz. There we go. Bye.